Hey there, and welcome to lesson number 4, how to draw Chibi Chewbacca. So in this lesson, we're going to be focusing on how to draw cartoon fur and also doing a little bit more overlapping. So let's start with the eyes. We start at the top of our page and draw the two big round eyes. So starting on the left, we'll start at the very top and just draw a circle. From here, let's draw in the highlight. So the light is coming down in this direction, so we'll see a highlight on the top left corner. So we're going to draw a circle. And we'll color in everything else in black. Now from here, let's move over to the right side and draw the exact same thing. We want to make sure that the eyes are at the same height and same size. So starting at the top, we'll round up the bottom, and then back up to the top again. And again, we're going to put that highlight on the same top left corner. So draw a circle up here and color everything else in black. From this point, we're going to move up to the brow and we'll start to do a little bit of fur treatment. Okay, so we're going to draw the brow coming down and furrowed in the center. So we're just going to make sure that we don't cross that center point. Starting on the left side over this eye, we're going to cross into that eye, come down, and then we're going to swoop up with a curve. We're going to take that exact same curve and draw it on the right side. So you could start on the right side if you're right-handed, moving out towards the right. So starting up here, we curve out. From here in the center, we're going to move up and curve up in the middle. In the middle here, you can draw a little bit of fur indication. So we're just going to start down here, just draw a curve, going in towards each other this way. Up here in the brow area, you just want to show a little bit of fur. So we're just going to draw a couple like hash lines, so little curves going outwards with the flow of the fur. On the left, we'll do the same thing, so just curving outwards. Let's move to the center of the face. In between the eyes, we're going to draw the nose. So it's a little button nose. So in the center of the eyes here, we're going to draw the top edge of the nose with a curve. And we're going to take those 2 points and just curve down to a center point. So I'm going to come down the middle here and just draw a little point for myself. And take that corner and just draw a slight curve going right into that point. And if you want, you can draw a little highlight on the top edge. So we're going to draw a little oval in the top half. We'll color everything else in black. Okay, so we got that. Let's move down to the mouth. I'm going to have him sort of in a growling sort of expression and make the mouth sort of curve this way, but we're going to draw the fur around the mouth. So starting on the left, we're going to draw a curve, just a simple curve, just underneath this eye, curve over to the right. Okay, so you can see that it's shifted over a little bit. From here, Chewbacca sort of has like something that looks almost like a mustache. So we're going to start on the left side here, we're going to curve up. From here, we're going to curve back down to make another point, and we're going to take this point and just curve up towards the nose. We'll go over to the right side and do the same thing. So we're going to go up, come back down, and then we're going to curve up towards the nose. In the center here, from that tip of that nose to the center of this curve, we're just going to draw a little angled curved line like that. Let's draw the bottom of the mouth. So at these tips, we're just going to move up a little bit and just draw a curve going up and tucked in under that mustache. Okay, so this actually looks like now the fur is overlapping the mouth. Let's give him some fangs. So on the left side here, we're just going to do a little, almost like a V shape but with a rounded tip. And we're going to do that on the right side as well. And we're going to do it on the bottom, so a little bit closer together. We're going to draw one on the left and then one on the right. And go ahead and color the inside area in black. Okay, so now we got that. Let's draw on the bottom of the lip. So underneath this mouth, just going to draw a little curve like that. Okay, now that we got the inner parts of the face, now we can sort of figure out how to make the head, so how big the head's going to be. On either side of the temples, just the side of each eye, we're going to start with the fur. So starting over here, on the left side, we're going to curve down. On the right, I'm going to go and do the same thing, just to frame in the face. So now we know the width of the face. We're going to take the face down to the chin, which is right about here. Now the fur is going to come around and come down to a point in the center down here. So what I'm going to do is start on the left and just work my way around. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to curve down. So you can see that I'm starting to curve towards my finger with the fur. And fur is essentially just a bunch of series of little points like this. And go back up, and come back down. You can make them longer, you can make them shorter. It's actually good if you just vary the size of them. It makes it look a little bit more, I guess, real. For that point there, now we're going to move in the opposite direction. So we're taking that and flipping it over here. So what I'm going to do from this point is go in the opposite direction now. Okay, so you can see it's almost like a mirror image of the left side. We're going to come down, and we're going to slowly make our way up to that point. A series of little curves like this. Okay, so we're going to go on, up. And from this point, I'm going to go all the way up and then just come back down to that point. Okay, so we got the bottom of the chin. Let's start working the hair up to the top of the head. Now the top of the head I'm going to work up to pretty high. So I want to take that space between the top of the eyes to the chin and just space it out so that the top of the forehead is about the same height. From this point, I'm going to do a little overlap. Come up like this. I'm going to go to the right and do the same thing. And it's a little easier to move left to right just to balance things out from line to line. From here, I'm just going to continue that. Just going up with like a bunch of series of overlaps. I'm going to go up here, do one more bigger one. Comes up. Now the top of the head, I said, is going to be right up here. So from this point, I want to do what is like a little hair strand coming out. Make the hair a little bit more messier, and then come back in. I'll do the same thing on the right side. So coming down, and going back up. Now we're going to have to change position somewhere up here, so I'm just going to make sure that I'm just aware that we're going to have to do a transition from left to right here. So up here I'm going to do that same curve to the side of the head. Now here, this is going to be the last one, so I'm just going to do another curve in. Over here on the right, we'll do the same thing in. Now how do we connect those 2 points? I go in behind and just draw a little curve connecting the 2 points. Okay, so we got the head. Let's get into the body. Now this body part, there's going to be a lot of overlapping happening because I'm going to have him with his arms in front of him holding his gun. So let's start with the arms. So we always start with the thing that's overlapping first. So the thing that's on the top first. That's going to be his arm. So I'm going to locate the waist. So the waist is pretty high up here. I'm going to start with the left arm. Starting just under this jaw, I'm going to curve down towards the elbow. From here I'm going to do pretty much what I did with the chin and just draw a series of hairs. So coming down like this. Up, this, up. Now as I get towards the front of the hand, so the hand's going to wrap around this way because it's a bent arm, I'm going to change direction. So I'm going to come down in the opposite direction and go back up. Come back down, up. Now here I'm going to do what I did on the side of the head, is doing an overlap towards the hand. So curving up towards the hand. We're going to do the top of the forearm by drawing a curve like this. Now we're going to take that point and start doing overlaps like we did up here. So going up here, and drawing a curve over. We'll do it one more time. So curving over towards the inside of the elbow. Now that we have the arm, the next thing we're going to have to draw is the gun because it gets overlapped on top of the body and the back arm. We're going to have to draw this gun in sort of perspective as well. So the gun I'm going to put in an angle almost straight across, just a slight angle down. So we're going to start by drawing the bottom edge of the gun. So it's going to come from his elbow. It's going to go across. Okay, from here, I'm going to pull these 2 ends up. 2 straight lines. Now this gun's going to be very basic. I'm not going to put a lot of detail in this, and you're always more than welcome to go in and add more if you like. Taking those 2 points and drawing a straight line across. Now I'm going to draw the handle first before I get into the rest of the gun. So right here where his hand is, I'm going to draw a little line, 2 of them side by side. From here, let's draw the top edge of the gun. So this angle is going to determine the angle of the front of the gun because there's 2 lines that come out into 2 spheres. So if the gun is coming this way, I want the angle to be sort of like this. Okay, so the angle of that little cross beam is going to come like this. So we're going to go up to the top corners and just pull 2 diagonal lines across. I'm going to take those 2 points and just connect it with a straight line. Alright, now from here we're going to do a little bit more detailed overlapping. Okay, so from here there's a sphere, like a cylinder that gets pushed into that sort of square shape. So in here I'm going to draw a little curve, almost like a C shape. From here I'm going to draw a line going straight out for the barrel of the gun. So I'm going to follow the same line going across, and I'm going to come about halfway underneath, just around here, because we're going to have to do another overlap here. From this point, I'm just going to draw a little curve, a little notch like that. let's go back to the barrel of the gun. So here, on this corner, I'm going to go up in an angle, just following that same line here. And in the back top corner, I'm going to pull that straight down behind that barrel. Okay, so we got that. Let's get into the rest of the barrel here. So I'm just going to continue this line to the front of the gun. From here, I'm going to draw an oval just to cap it off. Okay, so now I'm going to draw that crossbar that goes across this way. I'm going to have to follow that same line that I have on the front and back along here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from this corner and just pull it down at an angle like that. I'm going to continue this line behind the barrel, just like so. We're going to do that twice. So I'm going to take that corner there and draw it again in the front and in the back. For the front here, we're just going to do a simple circle. So up here, I'm just going to draw a little circle like that. In the back, I'm just going to round out those 2 points. So I'm going to connect those 2 points with a curve. I'm going to draw that same circle in behind this bar. So starting on the left side, it's going to curve all the way around. From here, we're just going to simply draw the bow part of this. So we're just going to take that corner and just tuck it in behind that barrel. And we're going to do that twice. So it's twice as thick. Under here, I'm going to do a curve into the front with 2 straight lines, or 2 curved lines like that. Okay, so we got the gun, very basic gun. Let's get into the rest of the body. So I'm going to draw in the arm underneath. Okay, so we're going to take this arm almost and just flip it over behind this gun. So let's start with the top of the hand here. So it's going to be behind this hand here. So I'm just going to curve like this. And now we're going to draw the bottom edge curve flipped over here. So I'm going to take this hand and just draw the line down to the fur and go up. And keep pulling this back down and then up. Now I'm going to switch directions because I want the arm to come in behind here, so ending up right about here. So if it comes down this way, I'm going to start up here, almost the same distance, and round out the shoulder. We're going to come down here behind the gun, and then you just want to find little spaces where you want to just fill in some details. So I'm going to come down like this, go up, down, up, and then one last time, and then just connect it like that. From here, let's go and draw the body part. Okay, so from here, I'm just going to curve the sides of the body. We should probably do that on this side as well, just a little curve like that. Let's draw the ammo belt across this way. So we're going to start this by drawing 2 curved lines going across the chest behind the gun. So up here, we draw a curve like that. Then we're going to make it thicker and draw another one right beside it. This line is probably going to continue behind the gun. So this is what I mean by like finding little gaps where you just want to fill them in. Let's draw some of the little packets here. So I'm going to draw one right here. So it's basically a rectangle just drawn on top of that strap. We'll draw one more right here. And this will get tucked in underneath that shoulder. If you want, you can draw one more just tucked in here. And then one more probably tucked in underneath that chin. Okay, so we got the ammo belt. Let's get into the legs. Before I do the legs, let's draw in the little pouch on the side of his hip. So over here, underneath this arm, I'm just going to draw a simple curve like that. Okay, so this is the pouch. Let's draw the little thing, the flap that comes down. But before I draw the flap, I'm going to draw a little angled rectangle like this. This is the little clip that holds it. Now I'm going to draw a curve underneath that. So starting on the left, underneath that clip, and just come straight up. Let's draw on the lower torso. So the feet, I'm going to draw down to here. So the torso is going to end up right about here. So I'm going to draw a curve right in the middle from left to right. Let's draw on the legs. So stepping in on the left side, go down towards the heel, and we'll do the same thing on the right side. Now let's draw the bottoms of the feet. So the feet are going to be quite big. So from that corner, we're going to pull it to the front of the first toe. From here, let's round out the toe. One big toe like that. Now we're going to do a series of overlaps using that same piece. So up here in this corner, we're going to round out the bottom of the second toe, and then pull that right in on top of that first toe. We'll do another curve, and then overlap that again. From here, we're going to go up on that toe a little bit and just draw a curve for the top of the foot. Now from here, I'm going to imagine this hip coming down this way. The leg's going to come down here, so I'm just going to draw a curve like that just behind the top of the foot. We're going to add a little bit of hair on the bottom of this foot here. So from this point, I'm just going to pull that down a little bit more. We're going to go up, down, and then up. Exactly how we did the fur along the chin. Let's draw the exact same thing on the right side. So from here, we're going to draw that same first part of the bottom foot. So a curve like this, maybe a little bit longer. We draw the first toe, so curving around like that. Start from the corner again, do another overlap, and round that into the first toe, and then one more, and round that out on top. We're going to take the top of this third toe and just draw the curve for the top of the foot, this. And then now for the side of the leg, we're going to draw a little bit of fur on the side of the leg. So it's going to curve down like this. Starting up here, we're going to curve down, curve back up, and right into the top of that foot. Let's draw the little fur on the side here. So we're going to take this line, pull it down further, going up, down, and then up. And that pretty much does it. There we have it. There's Chewbacca. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.